I think the biggest role. Obviously, they got two guys that can go for 50 any given night. They got other guys that can fill up the scoreboard. And we're a better offensive team when we're playing well defensively, when we can play in transition. Obviously, Giannis is arguably the best in the league in transition. Jrue is a hell of a player in transition. I mean, when we run our lanes, the ball is flying around the court, driving, kicking, sharing the ball. That's when we're at our best offensively. So that always stems off of our defense. We can get stops, turnovers, push in transition, play against a non-set defense, especially for Giannis and Jrue and Chris when he gets back. You know, when teams like to build walls to stop those three.
What do you think of what Grayson did in Game 3?
I love it. I love it. I mean, that's who he is, and I mean he's a tough kid. He can score at all the levels. He's talented, and I mean when he's playing that aggressive, that's only great things for us. So, you know, I love it.
Last one, Jrue Holiday, Teammate of the Year. Why is he deserving?
Why is he deserving? I mean, Drew's just a great person. He's just a great person on and off the court. Hell of a teammate. Definitely somebody that I've wanted to be on the team with for, you know, a while now. So, you know, I'm grateful to be on this team and be his teammate. And we damn sure weren't giving it to Chris.
Why not?
He's a terrible teammate.
Why have y'all been able to play as well as y'all have the last couple of games, missing Chris, one of your top players?
I think our defense has stepped up. Everybody's stepped up in his absence. Obviously, you can't just have one person fill what Chris does. You know, Chris is a All-NBA player. He's an All-Star. He's all that. The team is going to have to be there in his loss. You know, and defensively, it gives us the best option to do that. Best way to do that and play against, like I said, a non-set defense. Play in transition, and keep that ball flying across the perimeter, drive, attack, closeouts, share it, and you know, make winning plays.
A lot of the times it's been you and Jrue on the line and Roll on the beam kind of the other way. How does that defensive makeup change if he is not able to play as he gets to the offensive?
It doesn't change. I mean, our mentality is still the same. And we got to be aggressive on defense and swarm. Be active, help each other, communicate, and it's gonna be a hell of a game. And you know, we just got to keep our mind one quarter at a time, one play at a time, and do it together on both ends of the court, and see where the chips fall at the end.
Wes, what do you like about the four-guard lineup you've been playing with?
Honestly, I don't really be paying attention to who's on the court, you know, with us. I mean, we're all interchangeable. We all have a great chemistry together, so it doesn't really matter who's on the court. I think we've shown that throughout the season with lineup changes and, you know, just like all teams had to go through, you know, COVID and injuries and everything. You know, we've had a lot of different rotations, a lot of guys that can play a lot of different positions, and all of it is just doing it together, doing it on the defensive end, getting stops, running, and playing together on offense.
How important have you found it to be to push DeMar further away from the basket on his catches?
Everything's just about comfort, you know. So I don't know if it's us, if it's him, whatever it is. You know, we're only focused on trying to make everything uncomfortable for him, and that goes for anybody. I mean, that's just the nature of basketball. That's the nature of defense. Is your advantage on defense is if the offensive player isn't comfortable. So, you know, making his catches tough, making his drives tough. That's the goal. Try to make everything tough for him. So, you know, it's a team for sure. You know, I can't do what I'm doing. Jrue can't do what he's doing without the other four guys on the court. And, you know, that's the way we're attacking it. You know, as much credit as goes to the guys guarding the ball, I mean, even more so should go to the guys off the ball because they're the ones that are really sacrificing and having to be on high alert.
What difference, if any, do you see in the Bobby that you've played with this year, gotten to know over the last couple of months, and maybe the Bobby that you heard about the years prior?
So that's the thing. I don't really hear much about Bobby as far as like a person or anything like that. Like I don't really go into a situation where I've got any judgment on anybody, you know. So I competed against Bobby, and I loved him as a competitor. You know, you guys see me on the free throw lines trying to get rebounds and fighting against bigs and stuff. So, I mean, Bobby was one of those guys, you know, before. And, you know, to me, he's all that and more, you know. Like, he's a great dude, works his ass off, hell of a teammate, great competitor, tough. I mean, he's exactly what you want as a teammate.
So going back to the four-guard West, so really for you, even if you start the game with Brooke, Giannis, and Bobby, and then later it's just Giannis back there, like so in your view, there's no difference in what you're trying to do with just the one.
Everybody's got to do the same thing, you know. Whether I'm at the 4, PC's at the 4, Bobby's at the 4, Giannis at the 4, we all got the same responsibility: stop the ball, make everything tough, block out, rebound, run. You know, whether you're 6'5" or 6'9", you're on the court. You're on there for a reason, to do your job, and you know, that's how we've been playing.
How have you seen Giannis handle? Frankly, he's had 5 or 6 offensive fouls. I mean, Alex Russo's drawn some of those. I mean, you're a guy who will step in front of a big dude. I mean, that could be, you know, that could get frustrating for a player like him. And as someone who tries to maybe do that on the defensive end, how have you seen him kind of handle those smaller guys trying to draw charges and fouls and affect his game?
I think it's still a work in progress for him, but he's gotten a lot better. He's definitely slowing down. Us getting to our spacing faster definitely helps him see the court, so it's not as clustered. I mean, everybody knows that you're trying to build a wall around Giannis and on the defensive end. So the more we can spread the court out, the more we can get to our spots and make it harder for them to rotate, harder for them to double team, harder for them to show a crowd, and easier for him to pick it apart. I think it goes hand in hand, and also his development. He's just getting better every game, you know. So that's just who he is, and that's how we can help him too, by getting to our spots.
As a former Marquette guy, how special is it for you to be back here, potentially to bring another championship to the city of Milwaukee?
I mean, it feels great every time I can just put this jersey on. It's a blessing to be able to play this game. And, you know, I learned that the hard way, you know, not being on a roster to start the season. But, you know, every day is just a blessing. Every day is a chance to be better and grateful. And I think that's what I am more than anything, is grateful, but not satisfied at the same time. I guess just kind of like the line that I walk of, you know, humility, being grateful, but at the same time not being complacent, not being content. You know, even at 35, I'm not content with anything. You know, I still have time to look back and reflect on my career and everything, but now's not the time for that, you know, in my eyes. So I'm glad to be back home. I'm humbled to be back home. It's awesome being in that arena, hearing the fans, hearing the crowd. You know, I missed out on that when we went to the bubble, and then obviously last year. So, I mean, I'm loving it. I'm loving every second of it, every minute of it, and taking advantage of it.